Hey YouTube. So I gotta upload this to the computer, and I don't know. Huh. Hey YouTube. So I think I have to figure out what to talk about, but there's many things to talk about. I could talk about just the wonders of the world, things that are beautiful, things that are going well. I could talk about things that are terrible and really messed up, but you gotta solve them, and there are problems. And or there's 1,000 different rules and maxims to live your life by. One obvious one: be a good person. At least try to be. Like, everyone kind of knows what that means, and they know when they're not being a good one, at least by their own moral code. And if you followed your own moral code, that would make you stand out, instead of just like operating on someone else's moral code, society's standard moral code. If you want to become unique and special and go down your own path, adventure in life, and bring out what would be the most extravagant version of you, well, I guess anyone would want to, but how do you know what that is? Um, like, getting paid is one of the primary maxims that people live by. They're just waiting for their paycheck like it's God. They just got these money gods every week. Instead, like, this really cool system where you just know everybody, and like, if you have 100 people, you can have like people in a certain area just like help each other out economically, and it could be like 100 people. They could be their own little group of communists, and but you'd have to have splinter groups of the communists, uh, hundreds of them, hundreds of splintered, like about 100 to 170. You have those everywhere. Um, and then you have like security within that, and then you still have your normal job that you just get paid by the state, and then there's like the state and local jurisdiction of this little plot of land here. But yeah, like, that's pretty cool. Cool, like flowers, like a field of flowers. Like, if you're just in a field of flowers, imagine that. But instead, you're probably in a dingy city with dingy cars, like just always blaring. Like, if you're around something for long enough, you start to repeat it in your head. You start thinking like, freaking cars going by. But yeah, like, to navigate yourself in the world, one of the biggest things is just like, one, you gotta be resilient. So you gotta be emotionally stable, mostly calm all the time. Not too happy, not too sad, just always calm. And then choose to express your emotions if you really want to, for dramatic effect. Um, that's useful. Just stay calm. And be able to spend your time using live time. Like, live time is doing pursuits like doing yoga. That's, you do the yoga. If you're doing it right, really, if you're really doing yoga, you're sitting there, you're feeling your body, you're doing all these different positions, and you're feeling the sensations, except you're moving with your body less than your mind, like meditation when you're still. And you learn about things, you process information during these sorts of activities, and they bring maxims of wisdom to you. Like, lifetime is doing things that push you on the edge of your experience, or keep you in tip-top shape at least. Waking up and getting out on a run first thing in the morning. Like, that's lifetime. Lifetime running is energizing, motivating, focusing, calming. It really is. You wake up and fuck a coffee, like, a run's way better. And then you go out and run, like, do like at least 2 miles, and you feel pretty tip top. And you just do that every day. Like, and you do some yoga, boom. Like, you've just explored 2 ways to cope with life just through challenging yourself. And you go out on a run, that's challenging, it's uncomfortable. And like, you do yoga, it's challenging and uncomfortable and boring sometimes. And like, but over time, across time, it's really enriching. It teaches you so much implicitly about the world. And it sort of just imprints inside of you certain lessons. Like, if you're a martial artist, you also tend to not be a bully or something like that, because martial artists have codes of ethics aligned by, they're the baddest motherfucker, they already proved themselves, they don't need to go around and pick on some fool. But I really want to get off this video. Like, I couldn't go to sleep because I was taking Adderall, and I took it at like 2:30, and that was way too late. I kind of knew, but like, this shit just keeps you up for like 12 hours. It keeps me up for like, I have to take it in the morning. Like, I want to take it probably before 1 or 12, like a coffee or what else, because like, I can't sleep. This is pretty cool though. No, this is good. I'm figuring out, for the first time, I brought my GoPro and plugged it into my PC for editing, and it just became really easy for me to fathom uploading this to YouTube from the camera with all this freaking data on this and all the data on that computer. Is like way better than my dinky phone for these videos. Like, I have all the time in the world to talk all I want, and like, then I can just upload like a 3-hour podcast and freaking be done with it for the week or for the day. I'm gonna upload a 2-hour podcast every day and just talk a shit ton, and that's gonna be my work. So I could point the camera at me, but it feels weird. Because you don't have to see my facial expressions to get what I'm saying, because this is a podcast. Like, the podcast can be kind of entertaining, like, wow, that's what his room looks like, or what else. Like, wow. Yeah. And that could be entertaining, but like I can just walk around throughout my day, just record. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do a 2-hour podcast. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna run, and that's gonna be the beginning of the podcast. And then I'm gonna go do yoga and like talk while doing yoga and just do it silently for like 30 minutes or whatever, and record that, and like record my day, a significant chunk. I don't think I'm gonna do 2 hours. I think whether or not I'm stimulated on methylphenidate, I still like will get some amount of rest if I just lay down and shut the fuck up. Like sleep deprivation, I'm freaking experienced with that. I'm pretty awesome actually. Do some crazy stuff while super sleep deprived, like really super sleep deprived. I'm so smart. Like, because I'm so smart, I can compensate. But like, the biggest thing that I'm trying to struggle with in my life right now is I have to learn how to think, and I can't fucking formulate a thought that's worth a fucking dollar. So like I couldn't sell it for $1 or whatever. And like, I'm just freaking worried that like it's never gonna happen. Like, when am I gonna get articulated enough and well organized enough that I can just come onto this camera, upload a video, and then like have it do like 100 views or whatever. Like, I'll just put this in the podcast sections. And looking for my e-cig. I hit this thing too much, but I've recently stopped hitting it so much. It's because like it doesn't really do anything except make me feel bad. But right now I'm on marijuana. It's the weed, the weed. It's a gummy. In Utah, they got these gummies that are like 15 milligrams or what else. Oh, here, that's where it was. So that president, Joe Biden, he seems like a good guy, actually. I don't know why so many people... Same with Trump. They both seem like swell guys. I don't understand. It seems like they won president because they were actually, like, pretty awesome dudes. And that's probably going to be true for the next president. Like, Obama was a cool guy. Like, that's the biggest thing. Is, like, who's the coolest guy? That's what the race is about. And there hasn't been any cool girls yet. Like, just these old fuddy-duddies and stuff like that. But, so there's not going to be a woman president anytime soon, as long as it's just, like, really boring conservative, like, politician ladies that... And, like, just old politician ladies, whether they're a Democrat or a Republican or more liberal or more conservative. Like, everybody's pretty conservative on the political